Well, happy Monday as always, guys. Let's give BJ Rains a shout out in the Cayman Islands and who else is out there with him. I know he's upset he's not here with us today. But happy Thanksgiving week too, guys. And, I start all my press conferences by giving thanks to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Some people might not like that. But it's a way for me to always make sure my heart's positioned the right way, to have an attitude of gratitude, because it's not about me. It's about the impact you have, impacting others, helping others. I know I'm impacted by people constantly throughout my day, and I'm very thankful for it. And so happy Thanksgiving week. And it's something that I know with our players, I want to make sure we're very intentional to continue to focus on that attitude of gratitude, because we're all so blessed to be a part of this place, live in this amazing city, and be a part of this amazing family. So happy Thanksgiving. Talking about last week's game, we talked a little bit after it. Proud of our guys finding a way to win the game. I mean, in November, you can see across college football, I mean, it's the amount of, fields stormed at the end because of these games that are won in November. November's the compete month. There's a lot of things on film on Saturday night we got to fix and clean up, and we need to. But once again, proud of our guys find a way to win. That's, championship teams find ways to win, and they also learn from the wins. So our guys battled, proud of them. There were some penalties in the game we got to continue to fix. Some penalties that and a lot of them were self-inflicted by us. We got to get those fixed. Offensively, we just got behind the sticks significantly throughout the game. Once again, a lot of times because of penalties. And so we were playing a lot of third and longs, which is not ideal on offense, and we didn't do a good job on third down. So we'll grow from it. Proud of Ashton. I mean, he's a warrior. Got banged up, battled, put together a big-time game, and finished the game strong for our team. And even Breezy Dubar. I mean, I think his first touchdown of the year, coming late in that game to take the lead late in the fourth quarter. Awesome job by him. Awesome job by O-line, battling. Roger Carrion back, find a way to battle, knock some of the rust off. Cam Camper, Latrell Caples, continue to be weapons in the pass game. Matt Lauder is one of the best tight ends in the country. So proud of our guys continue to battle. And Maddox Madsen, smart with the football. There's some things that he didn't do perfect on Saturday, but man, he just continues to find ways to help lead our offense to win games. Defensively, give some explosive plays that we need to continue to fix, and it's either technique or eye control or misfits in some of the runs. But I'm proud of how our defense came out the second half, held them to 3 points, and just stayed in the fight. And we can build on that. There's some guy, Herbert Gums, a senior D tackle, maybe doesn't get some of the stats, but please watch the film and you'll see what our D-line is doing, taking the double teams, fighting their tails off. Ahmed Hossein, I think, had 1 sack, had to have 7 other QB hits. Jaden Virgin Morgan playing his tail off. Marco playing hard. Ty Benefield's playing consistent. There's a lot of good things we're doing. We just got to eliminate some of the explosive plays that put us in some of the situations. On the flip side, special teams-wise, we had one of our better games on special teams. A huge point of emphasis going into the game was our coverage on kickoff, knowing that they had one of the best returns in the country. First off, great kick location by our specialist. Taryn Shive did a great job kicking them out, and the one we had to return, our guys did a really good job with. And so I'm proud of how we grew in that. JFR, one of his better games this season. Punt location, across the board, our coverage units did much better. On kickoff return, we had an explosive. Dylan Riley did a great job with that, but we got to catch the kickoffs, and that's something we'll continue to work. We can't give away field position by dropping the ball. So in all 3 phases, there's some good. There's still a lot we need to fix. Proud of our guys finding a way to win the game. We have a huge test coming this Friday morning, 10 a.m. Once again, Bronco Nation, we need you. We are in this together. We need you guys to be there early, pack that place out, be loud. We'll be rocking all blue, I hope. I haven't looked at it yet, but it'll be a very exciting day. After Thanksgiving, we know Oregon State's coming off a huge win against Washington State. Think the world of their coaching staff, know some of their coaches, and they are playing their best football right now, no questions asked. They had some guys hurt, some guys banged up, they're back healthy, and you see what they did against a really good opponent. And they've been in game after game. Some of them they've lost, but they're clicking on all 3 cylinders, so we got to be ready to play our best.
You guys play 10 a.m. games once a year, it seems like now. Just having experience, what's the challenges of playing at 10 a.m. and how much is that amplified being 10 a.m. the morning after a holiday?
Yeah, no question. We've last Thanksgiving, I believe we played at 2 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. I think last year we played North Dakota at 10 a.m. But everything's just ramped up. We're a morning operation, and so our guys are kind of used to that. But it's still early. Our guys got to get up, especially to go through a very similar pregame routine. Our guys are there early, and I tell them, how you prep this week is how you get ready to play that game. Obviously on the field, football-wise, but even how you sleep. How you get to sleep, in these nights, and how you make sure you wake up, are ready for practice, and training your body to make sure when your feet hit the ground Friday morning, even though it's going to be earlier than normal home games, you're ready to go. And so that's going to be a huge part of it. And our guys know what that looks like. Some of our players that are new this season, it might be a first time for them, but our guys know what that looks like. And at some point, we're going to put the ball down and be ready to go.
Are you guys going to have like a team Thanksgiving dinner earlier in the day, Thursday, or like kind of say like, hey, watch what you eat on Thanksgiving Day?
No, I mean, we're going to enjoy that time. I mean, college football is very taxing, and you love that, right? We're judged on what happens 12 nights a year. I've used that discussion before, no different for our players, but I want them to enjoy that time. Now, we're going to have earlier bed checks and make sure we get to sleep. A bunch of our players' families are coming in town. I want to give them some time to make sure they see their families. We're going to have a Thanksgiving dinner as a team, but I want to make sure our guys have good balance in their lives. They can see their families, enjoy that holiday, because it is an amazing holiday to focus on what we're thankful for, to have a heart of gratitude. And then we're having an earlier bed check because we're going to wake up early.
Kind of curious, you went into it just with the schedule of things in your early game. What time are you expected to go to bed, and what time are you expected to be here on Friday morning?
Yeah, so I believe bed checks around 9, something like that. I don't have it off the top of my head. And then we're going to start everything here on campus, a little bit. I think right around 6 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken, 5:45, 6 o'clock. Yep. Which for us, 7 o'clock practice on Tuesday. We start treatment in here at 6 a.m. So for the majority of our guys, that's kind of what we do. Now, no different. We have not played an early game, and we're all battling what that looks like. But we got to be ready to go.
You touched on it a little bit, but how big was James Ferguson Reynolds flipping the field on Saturday?
Yeah, it's huge. That's a one-possession game. We're down in the fourth. And the hidden yardage, which we've lost a lot in regards to special teams this season, sometimes didn't hurt us as much because we're up by 2-3 scores. In a game where it's a one-possession game, once again, we are down in the fourth. Every yard counts in every game, but sometimes doesn't show up as much. In one-score games, especially on the road in November, every yard counts, and flipping the field like JFR did and our punt team as a whole was huge for us.
Those plays where he's running out and rolling out with it, does he have the green light to just go for it if he sees an opening?
Yeah, we absolutely does, and that's built into what we do to make sure if he's got space, go get the first down. And we trust him as an athlete. We trust his decision-making. It's something we practice with a bunch of different looks, that if he's got it, he's going to take off and get the first. So we need to put punt return teams in conflict.
You touched a little bit on the third down, 1 for 10 in that game. What's usually in those situations, is it an urgency issue, or what's the big issue with third downs when you have them usually?
Yeah, third downs, obviously, I think we were 1 of 10 on third down, like you said, and that's our lowest on the season. First off, we played a bunch of third and longs. I don't have the stat on me, but I'd like to say 90% of those are third and long, which is advantage defense. And so we got to do a much better job on first and second down to be efficient, so we're not playing all these third and longs. And then execution's at a premium. It's a pivotal down. That's why not just us, everybody around the country calls them the money downs. Like, this is the ones you have to win to move the chains or defensively get off the field. And we didn't execute at a high level. It was either protection, routes, IDs. We didn't execute. And in those critical moments, we need to.
You've got, I believe, Chris said 27 seniors who will be honours this weekend or this Friday. I guess, what do you have to say about this senior class and what they've done for this school, this team?
Yeah, if I talk about the seniors too much, I'm going to start crying up here. But I'm so proud of this group, this whole team in general, but especially this group of seniors. They've been through so much. Some of them have been through 2 different head coaches. They've been through COVID. They've been through the highs and lows of college football. A bunch of them have been injured, came back. Every single one of them has a different story. And they've all had such a huge impact on me, and most importantly, a legacy that they're leaving here for years to come. And they are ready for life. And I'm going to write letters to them on senior day, and I'm going to give it to all of them. And there'll be specific to each of them. But one of the main things I'm going to tell them is, God has an amazing plan for your life. Never settle for less than that. And they're built for this. They're built for life. If that's the NFL for some, if it's the professional life for others, husbands, fathers, they are ready for life because of who they are and how they've been trained here. And I'm so proud of them. And they've impacted me. They've worked their tails off to lay a foundation here. And we talked as a senior class, leave this place better than you found it. And I really do believe these seniors did.
You touch on the journey that they've all been through, and for many of them, I'm sure it could have been very easy to go elsewhere or quit. Just the dedication they have to Boise State. How has that made your team what it is today? Yeah,
once again, this senior class, most of them have been through 2 head coaches. And when that happens, not only is the transfer portal open, everybody's telling you go greener pasture somewhere else, leave. They didn't. and some of them have not played as much as others. They still didn't leave. They want to be a part of this family, this team, and that is uncommon right now in college football. It's everybody trying to find the short line. Where's it easier? That's not this group. This is a group that loves each other. That's why they are here. That's why they battle. That's why they push through injuries. That's why they stayed when maybe society told them go where it's easier. They didn't. And that's a foundation they've laid. And the freshmen, the sophomore, the juniors on this team have looked to them on the model of what it looks like to be a Boise State football player. And that's the legacy they're going to leave. I believe these seniors will come back year in and year out, but they'll come back 5-6 years from now and see a team that they helped lay the foundation for. And no different for the team right now. Like, the foundation's been laid. This whole place has been built on years and years of senior classes that were blue collar, chip on their shoulder, could have gone other places, didn't, because they want to come here and build something special. And that's what this senior class did. Like, they're leaving this place better than they found it. They had opportunities to leave and do something different and not be a part of this. They never did. They never blinked. They never flinched. And so I tell them, like, they are truly built different, and they will be world changers.
Did you say you're going to personally write each of your seniors a note? Where did that idea come from, and why is that the choice of how you're going to show your passion to them, I guess?
Yeah. First off, I'm a softie, so if I were to tell them one-on-one, I'd probably be crying the entire time. So it's a way just for me to show my gratitude to them, because how much they impact me. I did it last season, even as the interim, and it's something that I'm passionate about, Jay, because of how much these young men have impacted me. Not because of the stats they've given us, not because of the plays they've made on the field, just of how much they leave here. And I always want these seniors to know this is always going to be home. If that means you go to the NFL or whatever God has for you, like, I want this to always be home for them, to where 10 years from now, 5 years from now, whatever it is, bring your families back, bring your kids back. And this will always be home. The door is always open for you. And like I said, like, my message to all of them is God has an amazing plan for your life. Never settle for less than that. Football teaches you that you're going to get punched in the face. Like, how you respond from that is everything. And these guys are ready for life, man. They're going to be world changers, and I'm proud of them.
Time in your day to write 21.
I'm gonna figure it out. I haven't started yet, but I got a couple of days. It's something that I'm excited to do because of how much they impacted me.
When did you start last year?
It's a good question. There's some late nights being the defensive coordinator, editor, head coach. I think probably a couple of days before, but it's we had a little bit less seniors last year, so I think it was a little bit easier on me. But it's it's something I'm excited to do. I love these kids, and they have done so much for me in this place that writing them a letter will never be able to even come close to what they deserve from me. But at least it's a way to show my gratitude.
With Ashton Jeanty have one of those letters, even though he's a junior?
Not yet. No, his is coming. But no, not yet. This will be just truly for the seniors going through senior day tomorrow. But he'll get his.
I don't know if this was asked before. Oregon State coming in off a very good win against Washington State. What do you see as the greatest challenges, and what did they do in that game that they hadn't done in the previous 4 or 5?
Yeah, the goal for every team, and we've talked about this a lot, it's a good question, Bob, is to get better week in and week out, and they have. I mean, Oregon State is playing their best football right now. I mean, you watch the film, that team is flying around in all 3 phases. Explosive on defense, flying around, sound on defense, creating TFLs, creating takeaways, sacks, special teams. Like, in all 3 phases, they're playing their best football. And so for us, we have to make sure we play our best football. We know this opponent. Last time we played them in 2022, they got after us up in Corvallis. I told you, I was a part of that. And we need to continue to learn and grow this week, and the goal is to play our best on Friday. And I know that's no different than Oregon State's goal. I know, and everything's on the line for them too. They win this game, they're bowl eligible, they're going to come out fired up. They got a great group of seniors. They got a great group of coaches. We know we're going to get their absolute best. And once again, it's our job to make sure we do the same. But they're firing all cylinders. They had some guys banged up in the ear. They're healthy. I mean, I think they really have a great understanding of who they are now in all 3 phases. Offensively, they put you in a bunch of conflict. They roll a couple different quarterbacks. All can throw it, can run. They got one of the better receivers we've seen all year, a tight end. That's a matchup issue. One of the better O-lines we've also seen all season long. Defensively, when they fly around, obviously Trent Bray being a defensive mind. Keith Hayward's a big-time defensive coach. They've got some guys healthy now. Their front's really good. They put you in a lot of conflict with some of the pressures, the line movements. They're really good on 3rd down. down, and they're they're going to put you in conflict. And then special teams wise, they've been really sound. They got really good returners. They got good schemes. So when I watch the film, like, this team is playing at their absolute best, and that's the goal for coaches. So hats off to Oregon State. They're playing their best when they need to, and so we got to go earn the right to play our best too.
All things considered, obviously a very important game with the CFP and whatnot, but just having a non-con game this late in the season, is it a different vibe? Is it weird to a regular conference game? It
is different. Usually you play conference games all the way to the end, but it's our guys are fired up. I mean, it's the last regular season game of the season. It's a big-time opponent. Like I said, last time we played them, they got after us. A lot of our guys, especially Oregon State, we're West Coast schools. Like, a bunch of our players know some of their guys. Like, we know their coaches. There's a lot of respect on both sides. It's a big game for them. It's a big game for us, and those are the games that you're fired up about late November, especially last game of the season and right after Thanksgiving. So on both sides, there's a ton of motivation, and now it's our job to make sure it's not just motivation. We put the work in to go play our best.
I know you're not going to be focused on anything past this week, but, knowing that, this game can mean a lot in terms of the seeding and everything, does that kind of add a little motivation for them? And
I think it probably does. I know for our team and what it means to them, like I've said before, it's the most important game of our season because it's the next one. And as you continue to go down the stretch, one regular season game left, a Mountain West Championship, that's all that's promised to us. But it's still all about right now. It's about Oregon State and how they're playing. I know our guys watch the film and they're like, Coach, this is a really good football team. We're like, absolutely it is. So they see it. They see that we have a big test at hand. And so regardless of the rankings and what it is, we know we got to go earn the right to go play our best. And I tell our team, like, we've been playing playoff football for months now. I mean, it's not like there was at any point in this season where, you guys can drop a couple games and be fine. Like, that's the reality of what we've been in for a while now. And we got to take it week by week. And we're going to get everybody's best. Oregon State now, they've got a bunch of talent. They've got really good schemes. They've got really good coaches, and it shows by how they played last week. And so we got to earn the right to go play our best.
In the spirit of Thanksgiving, what are you thankful for, Spencer?
Well, it's my wife's birthday today, so let me start there, Jay. Thanks for giving me a layup. It's my wife's, Rachel's 30, I shouldn't say how old she is. It's my wife's birthday today, and she's a rock star. She's by foundation. I don't do much around the house. She runs the whole thing, and just so thankful for her. And like I said, I'm so thankful and humbled to be a part of this place, Jay. Like, looking back on where my mindset was at a year ago and where it is now, and just what these players have been through and what they've done in the calendar year, man, I'm just so blessed to be a part of what these coaches have done. Like, I get credit for some of these things that I shouldn't, because I'm so impacted by these guys. And I'm so thankful just to be a part of this team. And like I've said before, I believe Jesus has put me in this seat to develop people, and I'm so blessed to be able to do that. Like, I am called here, and that is so passionate for me, and I'm so thankful to have that be that burning fire in my heart that motivates me every single day.
We know that your brother was kind of the protector, if you will, growing up. What was Thanksgiving like around the Danielson household? Was it football games, or what was it like?
Yeah, Thanksgiving in the Danielson house. It was we were big turkey, cranberry sauce, right out of the can. I'm not a big stuffing guy, and I always get frowned upon when I don't take it now, but I'm like, not a big stuffing guy. But my mom, I mean, we would always make sure we had things. We would sometimes have neighbors over, some family in town, but we would always have Thanksgiving together. And depending on what our ages were, we'd probably be out in the front yard playing around, doing some sort of sports. And we'd watch some football, and then I'm a huge movie guy. Like, I love watching movies. One of my favorite things to do in the world is go to the movie theater. I haven't been in years, and we would always go to a movie Thanksgiving night. And it's something that I love. You guys ever want to hang out, I'll go to a movie with you guys when we get some time off. But it's something I love to do. And so that was growing up Thanksgiving. And then you obviously in high school football, hopefully you had a game, the next Friday, and enjoying some of those things. So it was very awesome times. And then Saturday was always the day you go get the Christmas tree. We were a Home Depot family, so we went to Home Depot to get our Christmas tree. And that was a big deal, man. You had to make sure you picked the right Douglas fir to bring home, because it's on the line now. So I love the holidays, man. So Thanksgiving into Christmas is a big time of year. I can't wait to start listening to Christmas music. I'll be caroling all day long.
I won't judge you for this answer. Real or fake tree?
Real. Yeah, absolutely. Now, I love my wife. We have a fig tree, okay? But I don't do much, so I can't be the one that points fingers. She said, if you want to go get it, you can. I said, touche, sweetie. I love this fig tree. Yeah.
Favorite movie that you can remember that you guys saw on Thanksgiving?
Ooh, man. I know, I'm trying to think now. I want to say one of the Lord of the Rings movie. Love Lord of the Rings, love fantasy. That's the homeschooler in me. It all blends together. I'm trying to think of one. That's a good question, Bob. Probably that. I'd say one of the Lord of the Rings. I want to say I watched a Star Wars movie on one of them. One of my favorite. So my favorite movie, depending, and this is going to sound very cliche, but Denzel Washington is my favorite actor. No questions asked. So love Remember the Titans. It's not just because I'm a football coach. Like, it is one of my favorite movies. I can still sing the songs all the way to if I needed to. Love Training Day. Like I said, I'm a big Denzel Washington guy. And then obviously you got to love Gladiator and The Patriot. I mean, if you don't love that, I got a couple other questions on my own.
With Raj getting back in the flow of things, it was fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was a lot there. What did you just make of his return to the lineup?
I mean, first off, so proud of him, Jay. I mean, it's the 1% of the 1% that work as hard as he did to be able to get back. I mean, that's uncommon. I would say the majority of college football players would have that injury and say, see you in spring ball. I'll be cheering on from the sideline. Not Roger. I mean, he was very emotional before the game because he loves his teammates. Like, he was so excited to be back with them. And just like in his first game back in a while, there's some rust, some penalties that showed up because he's getting back in the flow of things. But, I mean, I will shout from the rooftops how proud I am of Roger because of the teammate he is. And that's what motivated him to get back. Not, I got to get back so I can play football. His exact words to our team was, I had to get back for you guys. And chokes me up just thinking about it because that's who he is.
With kind of whatever you can say about it, how's Andrew doing? Andrew Simpson.
Mm-hmm. He's doing much better. So even last week, like, it was going to be a close kind of game time decision, and he's done a good job prepping and staying locked in. Ended up not playing, didn't dress, but hopefully he can come back in some form or fashion this week, and we're just going to take it week by week. If it's not this week, then hopefully we can get him back next, and that's the point of the season.
Against Wyoming.
Jake Gribb's playing his tail off. I mean, we put him, he's essentially goes into the game having to know 3 different positions and how he preps and how he gets his not only body right, but his mind ready to play. Mike, Will, Stud, different positions on third down. I mean, think the world of Jake Gribb. And he did some really good things on Saturday night. And once again, Marco plays every snap. I mean, absolute war daddy. Plays on 2 special teams, starts on them. Never comes out of the game, leader on and off the field. I mean, Marco Notarini's he's doing some really good things for our team.
What do you think of the guy that's going to, well, he's going to get one more on the blue, I guess, but Ben Dooley, and just the way that he leads, and he has such a veteranness to him now.
Man.
But he's been here a long time,
Yeah.
but that's how he kind of leads, it seems.
Oh, Ben Dooley, undoubted one of our top leaders on our team. Been through so much. I mean, season-ending injuries, battling, super talented, but just loves his teammates. He's in our leadership group, voted on by his teammates, and the amount of things he brings up about his team that he's going to try and continue to pull out of them, from the O-line to the whole team to the support. I mean, he's just a phenomenal young man. He's going to be a lawyer, and at some point I'm like, I don't want you to have to represent me ever, Ben, but he's that kid. Like, he's so dialed in, loves his teammates. And I call him, I was like, you're our champion, Ben. Like, he's that guy. No matter what happens, I'm like, Ben, you're our champion. Because he is beat up, battling, finding a way to keep swinging, finding a way to stay in it, never down. I've never been around Ben Dooley when he's in a bad mood or feeling down, because he won't let himself get there. Sick, whatever. You're going to get Ben's best, and his team respects that. He has the absolute respect of his teammates and his coaches because of who he is. And you talk about a senior that is just the absolute foundation of that O-line, and not just our O-line, our team.
You share a lot of what you talk about with Coach Pete with us, and not to pry, but I've covered the team long enough, and I was here at the end of the 50-3 era, and there were times where winning itself didn't necessarily seem good enough. Oh, you won 40-10, but back-to-back games you didn't rush for 100 yards or something like that or whatever. And you guys go on the road and you win 17-13, and there's almost kind of a cloud seemingly to hover over it. Does Coach Pete give you any advice on how to kind of handle that stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first off, and a lot of the conversations me and Coach Pete have had is I got to be very smart in who I let speak into my life, from either social media, emails, because I was joking with a couple people on our staff, like the messages, either emails or direct messages via time-stamped, it's really interesting to see throughout a game. Early on in the game, there's some stuff that I can't say over the air that's said to me. And then as the game ends, you can kind of see, but it's, Coach Pete has done such a good job with me of understanding, okay, I got to be very smart in who I let speak into my life. And then just having very good perspective. Like, I mean, we were even talking on Sundays, like there's 4 or 5 teams in the top 15 that would easily trade with winning a tough game on the road than what happened in losing. So he helps me give really good perspective, and I'm proud of our team. And I think being able to say that does not mean everything's all perfect, we don't need to grow, look at how good we are. Absolutely not. It's still, there's a lot of things we need to continue to fix to play our best. We did not play our best Saturday night. We need to make sure we do that on Friday morning against Oregon State, but while still making sure these players know I'm proud of how they battle. I'm proud of how they keep swinging. And even for me and with our staff, making sure we can still understand, man, that's a tough game to win. We found a way to do it. Now let's peel back the onion to continue to see things that we can learn and grow in. But I know that's always something, especially you win a game and people aren't happy how it went and it almost feels like you lost. I get that. For me as the head coach here, the messaging with our team, with our staff is everything. Try to be very specific with the messaging, and that's why everything is what do we learn, where do we grow from. I learned that our team will battle and we will stay in the fight. I also learned that we got to clean up these couple areas in all 3 phases.
One more for me, and that's just, I know you touched on it quick after the game, I believe, but you know, Ashton has a couple of those big runs and he gets down inside the 5, and you guys didn't flinch going to Breezy there with, I mean, you could argue the season on the line.
Of course.
What led to that confidence and giving Breezy that carry to get over the goal line when you guys absolutely needed it?
Yeah, Jay, I mean, Breezy Dubar battled through injuries from fall camp to now, and he has just continued to work and practice to get himself back to where he's 100%. He's a really good football player and hasn't been able to show that and highlight that the way we all wanted to via injuries. But, I mean, he had a great week last week. He was ready for the moment. Ash had, I think, 3 runs that got him 55 yards all the way down to the 4 or 5 yard line. Did not hesitate to put Breezy in to go pound that thing in, and I'm proud of him doing so. And I was so excited for Breezy, and he deserves it. I was joking with him that now we can go to Jackson's and get our Breezy bundle, man. I'm fired up.
Real quick, Spanks, I guess might be a weird question. Just with, you know, you writing the letters for everyone and the way you talk about your players and the team, and there's so many people you care about. So just what's that like? Is it tough, and how much does it mean to you just to have so many people in your life that mean so much to you? Yeah,
I mean, it's, for me, I only know one way, and I love deeply. Like, that's all I know. And from players to coaches to family, and that does not mean that makes me better than someone that maybe does. That's all I know, and that's how I'm wired. I am an all-in guy, and with these players, with the staff, they mean the world to me because I don't keep people at arm's length. Like, especially people that are like, I want to be involved in their life. I want to know about what's going on. And when people open that to me and we can walk through life, I do anything for them. I tell our team, like, I die for you. And I really, when I say that, I mean it. Like, hopefully it doesn't come to that, but I really do mean that. Like, if it meant that, like, I care about you that much. And I believe the only way to pull the most out of people is for them to know that. If it's just because he's my coach, I'm going to listen to him because he's my coach, you're never going to change their life because they won't trust you with their heart. And it's my job to make sure that, and not even, like I said, not me my job, this is my calling. Like, this is why I truly believe God put me on this earth. And there's still a million things that I need to continue to learn and grow and to be a better head coach for these young men and the staff. But I only know I'm doing this one way, and that's loving deeply. And that's what I do for these kids. It does not mean I'm perfect. Like I said, I got a lot to improve on, but I will give them all. And I want to make sure they know how grateful I am for them and how thankful I am for them because of how much they've impacted me.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. What an elite press conference.